have East Valley Hospital Mental Clinic. We are aware of the situation. Arbitrator Martin Sherman, Nassau County Police Department. Mr. Simmons has made a note to the Allentown Police Department. They came in on it. See? And there you go. There you go. The whole medical. You just need to look at it. Now, when they did the resign letter, here's my case. Okay? She interfered with this because this is what it says. But his supervisor, now this is the doctor doing all the talking, but his supervisor, Mr. Carl, phoned to advise me that if Mr. Simmons attended his appointment, he would lose his job. Right. So she said, the mastermind said, okay, how can I throw him off? Okay. This went to the union. Mr. Sackman, there he is. That's from the union, Mr. Sackman. So he already had my paperwork in advance. Right. She said, how am I going to do it? I got to get something on him in order to interfere. Now, under the Wagner law, an employer cannot interfere with the union. I got that too. So what she did was interfere with it, out with the old, in with the new. In other words, they took my case and they ran with that. She made a call to the arbitrator. His name is Martin. He was paid $2 grand. I have witnesses to pay off under the table because she took the money and put it in her pocket. But what got him caught was, one, the arbitrator never wrote to me. Two, I never signed an employee agreement. Two, I have a choice of having with an employer or in a judicial, which is in a courtroom. None of that never took place. So he knew under his law I could not appeal his decision. This doesn't do decision. It does his conduct. Right. Now, here's the lawyer stamping it. That's the lawyer getting my stuff, authorization, the way you're supposed to do protocol. I signed it on it. There we go. I reviewed the information you had dropped off for me last week, and I see nothing that authorized the arbitrator to obtain personal health care information from any provider. Boom. Now he gets him. Arbitrator misconduct, violation of Privacy Act. Under article.
When is that dated?
Oh, that's this shit, bro.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now, under the arbitrator immunity, he's not covered because his conduct is a crime. So I already had him. So when you get him, tick, tack, toe, 3 in a row. You get that under ADA, you get the union under ADA, and you get Carl Root under ADA. Because you got Carl Roots there, but you never did that. You didn't have no intentions of putting that in there. Now we're going to just pause, and I'm going to show you what Mr. Oscar Tillman from the thing. Yeah, see, so you can see that's a legit. There you go. Boom. They came in on it. And we know they're the coalition people. They wrote to me and everything. Like, they shut that down. And gave me everything. I gave them everything. They said they did you dirty. See? So that is a violation. Now the only reason why I'm getting the shaft, so I'm gonna put my things back in motion, is this man right. Yeah, okay, where you at, Mr. Simmons? My stuff on there on my medical. Let's see his name, man. Okay, Mr. Where you at? Yeah. So when we filed under the union, got pulled in under that.
See, I want you to, these cases that they're referring to, EEOC cases?
Those are my own cases.
Yeah, but these cases here, that's EEOC. Right. Yeah. So that's the 2000, these are two cases from 2000, from 2011. Right. No. But let me, I just want to point, just hold on one second, let me just point something out to you. When we filed this case here, all right, this is the charge number that we...
That's from the EEOC.
Right. No. This is our charge number. This is the charge number. What happens is when you come to us and we duly file the case with them, this is the number that generates. It's a 16B number.
That's numbers.
No. I want you to understand the difference between... So what happens is these numbers here, the 530, so there could be... I think it's 542 or whatever other numbers, depending upon the region. Those are EEOC numbers. Now, when these cases are filed, they're not like the opposite doesn't happen. When they file those cases there, they're not automatically filed with us.
I'm gonna show you the
when we file.
I got you. I got you connected there. I got you. Oh, there you go. There you go. You hooked up right here. See, he signed off on it.
No, I understand. That comes out, that prints out automatically. But look at the charge.
That's the FP charge. Yeah, the FP charge number.
And then look at the EEOC number.
The whole thing is, as long as you went after the union, the papers are no good because court documents close my case. Bottom line. Your time frame is not going to allow me to come in your building because I came in 2011. My court case was closed in 2009. Your policy states a year. 2 years, you're done.
It's 3 years to go to court.
Okay.
No. But you can go to court.
No, to come in your facility, I can't forward court documents what is mandated. When I was in court, my court documents don't do ADA. Right? It didn't do ADA because it would have popped up. And before you do ADA, you have to go through EEOC order to take it to court to file the ADA charge. That never happened. Now, Spencer Lewis, this man, Mr. Tillman, gave me this. This took me back to, put that over here. That's my Bill of Rights. Okay, here you go. Thank you, Lord. It took me back here. Boom. That's the COVID. See, when you knock off, when you do the knockoff here, like y'all did, this is the knockoff. So when you knock off the 7th, you go back to the old. That's why he puts my lawyer's name in. They knew you had the April 7th, but y'all didn't have no intentions of doing it. So when you go to Hicksville, I makes the call. Carl Simmons, you don't exist, but we know where your stuff is at. I already knew it. The primal face. There goes the address. Now, if you were going to do the address, you would have put it in there. They didn't type that.
I really don't know how Hicksville shows
that comes from your department.
That's not, I understand the document. Right. But the other thing about it is, too, did you review this before you signed it?
Like I told you, right here, your man, the little African guy, you know how he gets that. Okay, he
got
gets an accent. He gets an accent. He has a little, he gets an accent. Bald head guy, he's kind of short because he did the intake on me. So I'm going to tell you what
he may have had his hair cut close, but
this is what he got from me because I remember what I gave him. This is what he got. The April 7th, because that allowed it to come back in the new. Now, these are the perps, the arbitrator. See, now this is what he states. He states there's no evidence that the arbitrator had contact with your medical provider without permission. Here we go. Under my state law, under New York, because I'm from New York City, all information in your clinical record is confidential and cannot be disclosed without your rental authorization. He didn't get nothing. Okay, right. 2, the hearing wasn't based on him or the employer. Medical documents put Carl Moot at the crime scene. That's him making the call. Okay, so when the union took it in, they refrained. That's called no intentions. So for the last 12 years, my case never was heard. Now, under the Wagner law, that's called interference with the union. So instead of the union operating on good faith, they operated in bad faith. They didn't bargain in good faith, they bargained in bad faith. So I was able to take the 12 years that they inflicted that mental pain upon my brain and come back to the crime scene, door number 1, Carl Moot's door number 2, and the employee door number 3. Under the NDA, under the 1964 Civil Rights Amendment, under Title VII, because retaliation took place. Allentown Police Department knew about it. I have the warrants coming from Nassau County. They wanted me to come up voluntarily. I would have never been seen no more. And arbitrators are heavier, because his conduct was ungodly. So if his conduct is dirty, his decision making is dirty, because you got to be on one accord. You can't have a dirty conduct and a fair decision. So by me doing it for this long, it took a toll on my mental. I mean, you had the, here we go, Secret Service agents came to the house. So let me just clarify that so then you know the pain that I suffered due to this. Here we go. Okay, here's your medical, here you go. That's the sheet, that's my history. There it is. Authorized to renew the United States Secret Service agents. So they ran up a miles. Okay, that's right. That's just me signing off from the top. You don't find these in the street. They was at my house. I have the cop's name, so you know you got to bring all the primal. Primal is very important. So we have him, Allentown Police Department. Oh, they involved. So it's a serious matter. Now, getting back to what's going on with Mr. Jones, I'll be able to finger it here. Here he is right here. Now, Barry is down, but I'm going to come off of here. Goes the hit list. Spencer Lewis on Ricardo Jones versus Mrs. Barron. Mrs. Barron is the 14th chairwoman that's appointed by Obama. She runs the EEOC. When Ricardo Jones blew the whistle, these are the perks that he nominated. This is the one he got. Stuart Ishmael was just resigned in April 20 this year. So he basically just took a pass, so they won't do him dirty. 1 down, 1 to go. I got him. Okay, now you see the patterns. Now I got Mr. Berry. He's in on it too. There goes Jay Berry. There goes Jay Berry. So Mr. Ricardo Jones puts them all out there. Money laundering, I got the whole zip. That's right. Okay. Judges, wow. Right, judges and all. Okay. So now I come to you, and this is what I'm getting from him. Jones was employed with the EEOC for 9 years, witnessed in many African Americans, which is me, EEOC discriminated complaints being rotely thrown aside and unfounded and never investigated. So that's my proof, and that's over there, and this is the senators. Now, they have it. Now, you're dealing with the ADA. ADA is supposed to protect me, not to kill me. To be protected by the ADA, you must have a disability, which I do. That's your copy before I leave out here. Bipolar disorder. I was in emergency room. These are all my diagnoses down to homicidal thoughts, suicidal thoughts. It really took a toll on my brain to have this type of primal face. All these senators came in, so they know all about it. There's my name, there's my name. It's serious, dude. They involved. So now what they did, I went to Mrs. Barron. When Tillman came in on it, I told him to say you for last, because I wanted to face you, because when he did the due filing, whoever filed the old case got pulled in. Berry got pulled in, you got pulled in, Jones, because I started with you first, and Mr. Jones is the mastermind, all of it. Right. Now, as long as your papers types me in, which I don't have nothing to do with, the intake process is this. So you had the proof. That's the primer, okay, the union. He comes down with medical documents. He has Carl Move. That gives me credibility. He has the disability. That's credibility. He has the arbitrator down. That's credibility. The good thing about it, there goes Martin, there goes Jay Chapman, Carl Move. When I tried to file the new, they retaliated and filed the old. Once you chop the big fish head off, you go back into the hole. So my case never was heard. So when you typing this in, that's called no intentions, because Carl never gave you that. And then it starts to get dirtier as you go along. Now it gives everything to it, the dates and everything that's coming from your peoples. Now you get the discrimination under retaliation. Now Spencer Lewis goes to 2 senators, which I have proof, saying Mr. Simmons filed a private lawsuit against the academy. Court document says the union. That's called lying to a senator. So I got a hard time, one, because you don't just give a retard paperwork like they did me and thought I was incompetent. So when I called Maskey and got all these letters from Bob Casey, Toomey, Murray, and everybody, it was bigger. Miss Barron came in on it. She knew that Ricardo Jones pulled the switch because that's going to show patterns. So I got fraudulent papers from the state building as well as federal, because it fits the whole MO. Nobody did April 7th. Right. You got April 7th. Mr. Spencer got April 7th. And Mr. Berry got April 7th because I did the review board with y'all. Right. So there it is. Burden of proof, the review. And this is what I got back in, where you at, Carl? That right to sue letter with the union lawyer. Now, where did you get the union lawyer from? You didn't get it from me, because he's not my union lawyer. He's theirs. So that came from y'all. And this what vindicates me. That Roberto y'all sent to me, it puts me everywhere. There's nothing in that paper states medical. It doesn't mention Carl Move. It doesn't mention blood and urine samples. It don't mention nothing. And this is what he says. The federal lawsuit, the union, not the academy. So as long as you went to him, this is not my perk. My perk is medical, the primal face. And you have it here. Now, you go responded. Responded means a name. So I'm like, wow. You don't go into a judge. Excuse me, judge, what's their name? Name is responded. I'm going to ask you one more time, Carl. Responded means a name, no name. So you can see this is bogus. All typed in, but nowhere to go with it. So now when I go to Tillman, the boys back at home, I had to leave New York to handle that. They came in on it. They had the inauguration, the convention. Went out to Eric Holder. Oh, yeah, it gets deeper. I ain't going to let you see it, but I'm going to let you see it. There we go. Where you at, Mr. Where's those papers at from the Department of Justice? They came in on it. Oh, here we go. Department of Justice got it. Yeah, there goes the ticket. See? EEOC ticket. I kept it. EEOC, they processed my mail-in date. How dare you? Spencer Lewis. Eric Holder came on. So I got the call from him. Very nice. He already knew what was going on. There you go. That's coming through fraudulent. See? Hey, got some more fraudulent papers. They thought I was in the army. Damn it, I'm not in the militant. Right here. They give me a militant paper. And it's right here. It's just basically letting you know that, wait, slow down, Carl. It's been a long road for me. Where you go at? Disability section, no, that's not it. And the paper that I got told me I'm in the military. Okay. Okay. Well, this is all it is, because I'm like really pissed off. So, this has been a long road for me.
Right.
So, the Eric came in on it. Mrs. Barron came in on it. The papers are no good. The paper wasn't no good. You can't put a time frame on it. You couldn't put a stamp on it. You can't close it. You can't open. You didn't even know I was loaded like this. And this is what I did. Instead of me playing that Charlie dude, instead of playing that snapping game, because, dude, this is your copy. See, it's letting you know I'm legit. I got 14 years of this. So it's putting you, it's letting you know. That's your name up in there. That's my doctor's name. I'm up in the emergency room. They try to sedate me. I said, no, I got to go handle this.
Right.
So when they saw that, they said, they can't do that. What you're doing is, it's called intentionally. You're getting me to pull out my character based on something that I received from the department. Now, I'm not calling you crooks. Papers don't lie. People do. So what I was able to do, come off the Charlie talk, I'm not Ted Bundy, and I'm not Charlie Manson. It fried my brains because it made me feel that small. And I'm a grown man. I'm 46 years old, wife and children. I worked over 30 years, and I'm able to get disability due to that mental disease that I'm going to have for a long time. So to connect the dots, everybody fits in. Everybody is down with the fight, because when I went to the senators, they came in on it heavy. Now, when you get senators, everybody under you don't matter. When you deal with them, they'll have the whole job shut down, because now you're dealing with Obama's campaign that's coming up. CNN will tear this up. These are all names. That's a lot of senators for one black dude.
Right.
And it does say ADA is to protect me. You do have the mental wards. We do see. Okay? Then you have Mr. Bob Casey, my doctor, writing to Mr. Bob. Where you at, Mr. Simmons? There you go. Not that one. Where you at, Carl? Take your time, because it's a lot, dude. And I know I'm not supposed to be feeling like this with all this pain, with all this paperwork for something that you're getting me dirty. You understand me? So I'm just trying to show you what I'm working with, and you can understand how my doctor came in and wrote to the seminar. So it'll let you know it's serious. Let me just get my thoughts together. That's that right to sue letter, see? Wasn't supposed to get no lawyer. It gets money. My beef ain't with the union lawyer. He represents them. I represented myself with my mother, with my lawyer. But we didn't file ADA in court. We just filed unfair representation.
Right.
So when they saw me take the ADA challenge, they said, okay, he got us. No, we don't. We're going to chop off the big fish's head, and it goes back into the hole. Court document says it's closed. Time frame wouldn't permit it, and it's closed. You don't override a judge. And I went to the Supreme Court, too. Where you going at? Here you go. Supreme Court. Bam. Supreme Court. That's how heavy I am. Right. Supreme Court. Carl Simmons was you at the academy and at the job. So when you went back to the old, it stayed old. See, you never broke it down. You didn't say nothing. He's found the same allegations. Can't, brother. Papers don't lie. People do. Retaliation is involved. Bias is involved. And this is all coming from them. This is my credibility. Because there's no way in the world a retard like me, and you got to forgive me saying retard, because that's how I felt, dude. This right here, these senators are beautiful. They just put Mr. Spencer, and this is what they asked him. Where are the docket numbers for the academy?
Right.
Can't come up with that, because Carl ain't got the academy. He got the union. So whoever, when I went to Bob Casey, whoever linked up with that union, Mr. Oscar Tillman came in and said tic-tac-toe 3 in a row. Because everybody who ever filed that old claim is done. That's why Mr. Tillman and them wrote that, because NAACP is the coalition. They know Bob Casey and you better than I do. They go eat lunch with them. They just had the convention in this summer. And I got the call that he put the bug in the air. But they gave me a promise that I can do this without violence. And I wanted to come down just to see who you was, because I know how I feel as a man. To be degraded, knowing that I had the mental, knowing that I had Secret Service agents run up in my house.
Right.
And they wanted me to get me to believe that little old Carl wants to kill the president. No. Now, do I have mental issues? Yes. Have I hurt myself before? You can look at the picture, brother. So when you put me your hands through glass, it's a serious matter. See, that's what it is. They put him at the crime scene because he said, no, I didn't. So that's enough to incriminate him. That's right, because he is an employment arbitrator. And matter of fact, please come in. Yeah, look. Bing. Right. Don't leave home without it. So I came prepared. It's arbitrator. It tells you everything about it. Oh. It tells you everything what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do. You're supposed to sign it, and it never went down. See? So when I visited the senators, they took it personally because these are Democrats. Right. They deal with the job. They know about ADA. That's why I had to bring that down. And at the bottom, it also applies to the United States Congress. See, we both got something in common. It's been a long road, bro. Nobody didn't help me. I've been in the institution. It was either acting out my disability or doing it the American way. This is the best you can get for a retard. And the reason I keep saying retard because I never dreamed in my life that I can pick off 3 perks at one time. State and Fed. You don't do that. Because the documents is not going to waive you a code 1, the 6.5 of the Article 33. The papers are putting it out there because you got court documents. If the union that I filed said ADA, then you got me. It wasn't ADA. When I came to you, it could have been ADA. You deal with discrimination, you deal with bias, and my confidentiality was violated. Two, the employer is supposed to keep my medical in a separate file. Never went down. She's the one that wrote the resign letter. So as long as she showed up, how fair can it be when the arbitrator is going, Mr. Simmons, do you have anything to say? Carl, can you talk? I can't say nothing because the doctor doesn't put her at the crime scene. She puts the supervisor at the crime scene. People are picking up phone calls. I've never been degraded in my life. So instead of me running around here like some retard and violence, I had to do what I had to do. So this is what's going on. This is the primal face. It's no reneging. It ain't open. It ain't closed. It ain't stamped. You didn't know I was going to come fully prepared, and this is coming from your department with the fingers like this. I made it my business for them to see that. That's why it's stamped. So whoever did the Hicks roll, that was the blow off. For the arbitrator, the union lawyer to come in, that was the downfall because medical documents don't have them. The medical documents have, these are the names. Arbitrator, Martin. Oh, and this is the retaliation. See, they got cops coming here, me. That's how nasty they were. You got Carl Muth, and then you got last but not least the arbitrator the employee that's at the bottom. There she is, Jilda. She's the perk. So as long as she intervened under the Wagner law, that's called, you cannot interfere with the union, she did. Retaliation, Carl puts in the new, I blocks it with the old. So we're running with a resign letter. It's called fill in the blank resignation letter. They prep it up for you. Retard, come and sign it. There's no signature on it. Right, hold on now. Take your time. There we go. You want to do this, gotta do this right. And there it is. There's no signature on it. Right? There you go. I got my ID to back that up. You couldn't cash the check. You couldn't get $1 with that. See, they thought I was going to come in for the kill, but I didn't. That's the line. She came in under. So when they went to the union, that's how she convicted me when the judge saw it. Because in the world, it's just in the courtroom for 9 years. And it says, it comes off the bullet, the employer becomes me. And it was on from my position. And that's how they shut that down. So, okay, I got to sweat. I got to do the running man. Okay, now, this is sad because this happened in 2001. Now, what fool will write you after 10 years if it was real? Don't forget, the arbitration was hearing in 2001, like your paper says from the lawyer. It's 10 years. Now, nobody in their right mind is going to write you if it's real, because that's 10 years. Nobody can go back that far in 10 years. So it was either you did it or you didn't. Now, if it was real, this is what he would have said. Don't you call here no more. I understand you don't like my decision, but you're talking about 10 years. He got set up. Pride comes before a fall. So when he shot at me, I came in with those medical documents. That's your proof. This is it right here. No evidence that the arbitrator contacted your medical provider without permission. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Now you're pulling all the players. The arbitrator, the union, Jay Shackman, because he had the medical documents, and Carl Muth, which you got tight. But you don't have Jay Shackman down. You don't even have nobody from the union, but the word that I see that you keep using, responded. responded. So I did some homework from one of the people from, Patty Murray came in and gave me some advice. And the advice was, one, when you fill out that, there's no responder. Responder means name, Mr. Simmons. So whoever took your mental took you for a joyride. Then you had too many of them coming on it. So I'm heavy right now. You're dealing with the primal race right now. CNN want to come in on it. Huckabee want to come on it. But I'm down here to play the devil's advocate. I'm trying to make something happen for me. My pain and my suffering, and that goes. This is no hot shot talking. I don't have to be conniving, but I'm going to be honest with you. And this is what's going to set me free. Here it is. This is what you want to see. Bob Casey. See? The doctors are involved. So they know everybody that's down with this. Everybody. He's writing to the senator. So they travel with all of them. So they had compassion for me because they want to know who the hell's driving you crazy. So when I go into the emergency room, this is what they telling me. Take your time, Carl. This is serious. Okay, thanks, buddy. Okay, that's Mr. Spencer Lewis. He's next, right? Because he's the protest started. But when you walking around with this, bro, and you got them suicide homes, they let me know whoever's doing you dirty, kid, y'all got to shut this down. Because it affected me, it affected my family, and to have them senators, and that's the love of it. See, it wasn't that they came on my behalf. They set Lewis up because they gave him the benefit of the doubt. They said, Carl wants to know, this is what he told the senators. Hold on, and then you can read it, and you can see how much of a freaking lie he is. Okay, that's who I'm getting. You understand me? He did me dirty because you don't know the senators to be sitting there lying and telling them what I did. So let me just get my head together. It's hot. It's been a long day, bro. Been a long year. It's been a bumpy road for me. Keep that over there. Just want to keep everything organized, then you'll read it. Okay, take your time. Okay. Okay, you got that. Take your time. Okay, here it is. Thank you, Lord. That's what he did. There he is. Mr. Simmons has filed a private lawsuit against the Academy. Right. That threw it off because you already so-called documents. They say union, only union. But look what he says about New York. New York District Office, State of New York Human Rights Commission. This is what he said. Here he goes. Similar charges have been filed years ago. Okay, you think so? I'm going to show you what he meant. This is how he got caught. Look at the time frame. Right. This is right. Look. Look at the time frame. Look at the time frame. May 3rd. It only been 9 months. How dare you? How dare you, dude? It wasn't even a year when he did that. See? Now, if you look at the date on it. See the date? No. This is what he's telling the white man.
Look,
right.
Yeah, and I agree.
Right. That's defamation of character under the United States defamation law.
But you see the numbers.
Right.
This is what I was trying to tell you, the difference between the numbers that he's using here.
Okay.
530.
Right.
530.
Yes.
530.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
They don't do this. This is what you're doing. Let me tell you what I got from them.
That still doesn't correspond with the numbers. Right. So I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to cloud the issue.
This is what he did. He did it. He did his dirt because he puts me back at the crime scene. This is what he tells them. He says, "Where you at, Carl?" This was 2 years ago. But there it is. He said, Mr. Simmons occurred when he was discharged by the terrorists. He hit it right the whole case. There he is. He put me back at the old crime scene. Right. Y'all came in on the cold crime scene, and Mr. Berry came in on the crime scene. He found the same thing. Oh, I showed you the result of that. That's the paper he told the senators. So when the senators saw that, they said, okay. Oh, when they saw that, they said, you're lying. You know why? Because they know Spencer Lewis. And if you are going to give me some, you gave me a docket number for the union. Where's the documents for the Academy? You don't have it. See? Now, under the Miranda law, if you know about the Miranda dealing with the legends, that's dealing with the commission. That's Congress and y'all linking up with them with this money they've been dumping off to these agency buildings. Ricardo Jones put it on their nose because under Title VII we're getting paid, the blacks are getting paid $800,000. They said, no, we throwing those out. Blacks not worthy of it. I don't care. I dare you. But when you come into that mental and you getting doctors right into a center, it's a serious matter because I'm holding 6 of them. Okay? And they came on it. Ask people out. I mean, so I'm heavy. This is enough to walk Washington and every state building around. So the primal's there. It's not your 530. It's what you filed that puts you back at the 530. It took you right back to the crime scene because he says his termination. That paper is a termination paper. The lawyer that y'all wrote to He says Mr. Simmons was terminated. Holla at your boy. Everybody's stamping it. He's the perk. You're damn right he wants me because he knows if I come in under ADA, they got to pay me. So when I filed new, they filed old. That's called retaliation because I never filed ADA in court. And it would have stated it. The judge would have said, under 1964 Civil Rights Amendment, pay in the order of Mr. Simmons due to emotional pain and suffering beyond. It's like you fried my freaking brains, and I didn't come down here to act any fool. I thank you from the bottom of my heart that I'm able to walk in here like a normal dude. I'm serious. I don't have to do that Charlie Manson because dude, it really hurts, dude.
Yeah, I know. Don't
seriously.
Nah,
I just want to get it off my chest.
I know. Listen.
Seriously.
There's no question that you.
Okay.
You
so
do a lot.
when you come down here,
I'm gonna say this and it may not help whatsoever. If we did something that was I'm telling you, that was incorrect in terms of whatever we did here.
It's there.
That there's nothing that I could actually do about it because it's done. I could apologize for what
you don't shut the doors on my face.
It was not a matter of
it came from your department. So time that you need to marinate on it, you got that right. But under the law, especially these dudes, that's why this thing's gonna blow out. When you pay out something, you gotta handle your business. Well, you don't tell because it's a law involved. It's a law. Now, if you came in on authentic paperwork, and I don't like the decision, holler at your boy, I'm not down there. But you don't tell a mental man in front of his face that you give me something dirty, you can't do nothing. You have to do it because they stamped it for me. That's why I got all these. They made private calls to my home, secret agents ran to the house, and they saw the evidence. That's why they didn't yank me out the house.
Right.
They wanted to know why was I doing all that crime. They want to know because I made a call about jumping off the bridge. They made the call to the psychiatrist. They sent the service agents to my house. When they saw the primal offense, you have the right. Whoever's trying to get you to get gagged up about they can't do nothing, you're damn right because they know under the 18 UFC, that's a federal crime. That's 10 years imprisonment. So there's no way you can tell a man or any statute of any human being under the law, pop goes the weasel, because it's not going down. There's no law says that we give you fake papers and we don't take care of you. We're going to take care of you because it came from our department.
Right.
Now, if we want to get the feds involved, then you're going to have FBI suits walking up in here because it's dealing with fraudulent. And as long as I got these papers and Ricardo Jones, he exposes the whole thing. That's why they fired him. The whistleblower is supposed to protect him, not fire him. It backfired because Mrs. Barron works for Obama. The race is on. So why will I vote for Obama when EEOC is corrupt? You can't serve two masters. You can't be godly and be the devil. You got to be on one accord. They're not doing it. So when I made this trip from Pennsylvania, police involved. The feds is involved. Because the Secret Service agents said it, and they said it. They said, no, there you go. You're protected. So you just don't tell a man of that statute, hey, dude, something we can do. No, you have to take care of it because it didn't come from me. I suffered a fate. Now, it wasn't like I never hollered at your boy, so whatever went down, you're forgiven. But as a man, you got to handle that. Because the senators came in on it. They got calls. I got every number. They said, we can't come in on it, but we can guide you because it's too dirty. And when the government knows they getting ready for that election time, ain't nobody playing with that. But don't you ever get somebody to believe that the doors are closed. Okay, retard. Thanks, but no thanks. It don't go like that. It can only go like that through them if you didn't meet the protocol, and you do. You have medical proof. You're up in the emergency rooms. You got doctors writing the senator. This thing is going to blow out of proportion. So gag orders is important. Your chairperson is important because I've already made the call to headquarters. And they say what? Yeah, I got it. And I'm going downtown to see you. So they already came in it on a degree. Like, it took a man to come down here. I don't need a conqueror. I'm a Christian believer in Christ. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Joseph. God will take evil and turn it into good for his glory. So I'm following biblical principles. Because no way in the world a retard can get this. No way in the world that a mental person with bipolar disorder can function. Oh, I did. I just played with the wrong perk. You probably thought I was on CC's like a lion. I'm not. I'm not on dope. I'm an American man that works. I'm not trying to get 10.5 billion. Talk to me. Let me be right with my family. School's coming around. The house is shaky. This is not a bribery. God, you're giving us something that we gave you, so we can't tell a man in my statute or any human being, you can't. No, you could. Because you will suffer longer if it ends. Because this is cruelty. This is called humane. It's like putting a black man in a chair in front of his head for something he didn't do. This is called primal. This is primal. Senators will come down and rearrange this whole building because you got too many involved. And they went. And they don't want no camera in their face going, I thought ADA was supposed to protect him. Why did they kill him? He has the evidence. So you can't shake it. But you can be a man of your statutes and be like, okay, this is me. Because I am guilty of the crime scene because everybody links up. You tried on the B and the C, but he didn't cut it. He put me right back at the old case. You didn't look at what you did. Now I got to wake you up because you overlooked. That's you, Barry. See, you even stuck the damn docket number in there. There you go. My docket number. So you put me back at the old case. Right. So when you did that, monkey 1, no disrespect, 2, 3. When you get 1, you get them all. But Lewis is the mastermind. Right. See, he's the mastermind because I did homework on him. I know his wife Rose. I know his house number. And his wife was beautiful. And her words was to me, honey, I am so sorry for what he did. Now, what woman in his statute will give a man, a retard man, another man's number? Right. She felt my crime because the same way I cried in front of you because they could have massacred my crib, dude. I'm married with an infant in my home. I've been working all my life with this mental disorder, so it took a man to come down there. Not the guns, not the grenades. I'm not making 69 news. Because now I got to tell the judge why I did it. I'm not buying it. I want to show the American people that we don't got a gun clap. We don't have to come down with grenades and stalk people for things that you do. You are forgiven on 1,000 Bibles. But all debts are paid. Because this is the primal of the century. I'm not waking you for 3.5. Make me happy. Make me a believer. I'm good. My kids are good. My wife. It just teach you in a lesson. To your department, anybody, don't you come up in here with evidence and take somebody's life and just amend it. Because it did affect me. I mean, you can see it in my face. The tears is in me. So I felt good at seeing you as a man because to me, you was better than the rest of them. They all hung the phone up on me. The only reason I got Mr. Lewis' attention because I found where he lived at. See, I didn't run to the house. I'm not doing that Charlie Man shit because I'll be throwing out your garbage every day. Hey, it's garbage man. I put on the suit. And act like I'm taking out your garbage. I'm not doing it. His wife was beautiful. She just asked me where you calling from because when she found out I had the mental, she got thoughts in her head. I don't need him coming down there acting a fool for something you did. You have to understand when you're dealing with mental, it's a whole different ballgame. I don't think like you do. But I'm not incompetent. But that pain is rocking my brain. So I'm not coming down here to cash out. I'm not coming down here to act like some Negro and go, yeah, let me get 6.9. I'm not doing it. Make me a believer. Make me a believer because you can take all this and burn that. But my family and my foundation is real because I never went through it as a black man. As a person that takes the meds, I've been restrained. I went to that emergency room before I got there, and they said, Carl, this is what she asked me, do you feel like you want to kill somebody? And I said, just like this. I knew if I would have said the word, you wasn't going nowhere. So I didn't do it. Because I'm not trying to kill you, but you're not going to kill me, brother. That's why I wrote the paper out for you. You can look at it. It's there, brother. I know it's a lot of evidence, but Carl, you did your thing. Look at the retaliation. I see that.
So let me ask, what's the NAACP?
This is what they did. I'm going to tell you what the NAACP did. They came in on my behalf. The only reason why they left it on me, because they are a coalition. What he did was, he made the call to Eric Holder, and he made the call to Mrs. Barron. They knew about it, but Eric said, I'm not getting caught up in it. But what we'll do, we'll guide him. That means since I'm blowing up their phones, they put me in key places. They gave me all of them. That's your evidence. 2, you're going to hit the departments on your own. If you feel they pulling you out of your character, you feel like you're going to snap, don't you play gun clapping. You make the call to the department. Then we can shut them down. He didn't come on it because, 1, the Fast and Fury kicked in. When the agent got killed, he was getting ready to get impeached. He didn't need that. So they blew that off. Mrs. Barron's under attack by Ricardo Jones. They don't need him resurfacing. So they want you to handle it. Because He came in on it. See, coalition people don't come down. They just have 500 black people in front of your door. Right. That's how they get down. But look at their logo, 1908. See, I didn't get a Johnny Cochran. I got somebody that knows the civil right. But when Eric Holder made the call, right? Made the call, said, Mr. Simmons, this is what we're going to do. I said, I'm going to hook you up with them. And you see this here? This is dealing with all the laborers. ADA passed it. You're good. You just got to promise us, and this is real talk, you don't act out your disability. Okay. So that's where Obama comes in and says, when the mental people do right by the law, do right by them. Because this is what I'm seeing. This is called intentionally attacked. I don't want to really, you know something. When you got somebody mental in your office, don't do that. I cry. Somebody else would have flipped the check because you don't do that. You have to understand we not on that same Harvard move. We know how to work, but we don't take no for an answer when the papers are no good. Right. So he basically told me, get a copy, and I'm going to comply with it. I got to show you what he said to give out. So we on the same page. And he wants that. Now, this is my Bill of Rights, so I had to do right by you on that. Okay, these are all my history. I'm coming from New York. I used to live on 118 in Atlantic, so families are still around town. I'm still part of my family. I just moved to PA. That's how I received Christ my Savior. I had to get out the ghetto, and I'm up there. But this is my history. Those are my rights. That's coming from the people. Secret Service, and here it is. That is what's going on with me. So you needed to get that because that was explained. There you go. That's yours. That's what they wanted you to have, was this copy for you to put that in the file for you to meditate on, because like I said, I even gave you a copy. Now you can marinate on it because it's still the whole. When he did the courts, you did the courts, but that's what they want you to know. So Eric got the copy and it was like, we don't need you snapping. Now the papers are triggered in your attitude because we can see the calls I was doing. I was blowing up them phones. Now, to be honest, when it gets to a point that I got to call my man, that boss's wife, I'm not playing. See? Because it hurts. You can't, I think I'm feeling hurt because I'm a grown man. If I was a fetus, then you got me. But when you're a grown man and I won't, and they take money out of my disability, that means I'm allowed to work. I tried to fit in society. So you can't re-alter my thinking. You can't do it. Because 1 minute I'm nice, the next minute I can snap. So she made it possibly to make the copies. That's why I got you on that mandate. It's the protocol, but I'm not coming down to shake you. I'm not running you through no camera because you was the best damn thing that ever happened to me. See, everybody else closed that damn door on me. They called me stupid over the phone. They did me dirty. So when I started to get them noises, like a little clicking noise, with them thoughts, I said, okay, y'all want to see some Charlie Manson? Under the blood, you can't do that. God says you're not gun clapping, but you can preach the word of gospel and preach that word. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and I will take evil and turn it into good. That's my only defense. Everything goes. But when you have credibility like that, I didn't come to rock your pockets.
No, I understand.
I'm not playing now. Give me the yachting boat. Just make me right with my family. My wife is ready to leave me because she doesn't know if I'm going to snap. The police are making checks in my house twice a week to make sure I don't massacre my crib. And that's coming from y'all because they see that I can't digest this. You don't do that. Under law, I will win. If I go in the court right now, you're done. You're done. Because the senators will just back that up. We did pass the law. Okay? Ricardo Jones. Then you're pulling out the whistleblower thing again. These are patterns. The papers fit the MO. These are the people that you didn't want to see because they are the movement. He's just from Arizona. But he said, no, I'm going to make the call. And once I got the hit from Holder, I already knew what they were doing. You fall back, pursue it. But we get any phone calls that you losing, and I have to promise that I have to check in. Those are the signs. That's why it says warning. Because I'm not playing that too. I'm not walking around there hiding out no building waiting for you. I come in love, dude. I'm not doing the 1.5. Make me a believer. But I give you my word that God, it's not on you. I had to fight this dude. I came down what you wanted. If I didn't have none of that, fine. That's why you said, oh, where you get Hicksville from? Not me, baby. You can't do me because I didn't have the cash register. Your boy did. See, so when you're doing all this, and then you got a lawyer stamping he's dirty, and then you got to prove, and he says no evidence, he don't do decision, that's his conduct. He's done. Because if your conduct's dirty, your award is no good. And that's a federal crime. Why do you think he got the cops on it? But the Allentown people, because that's a family member that intervened. They ran the warrants. It wasn't a warrant. What they found out was they wanted me to get up there voluntarily, and then I wouldn't have been seen no more. This is why I do this heavy. Arbitrators got money too. So when you see a black person going for glory, and then you have the nerve to come around and get me to believe that I'm Charlie Manson stalking you. It backfired. I gave y'all that. I gave EEOC that. I gave you all April 7, not one of y'all filed it. So when you're not filing the 7, out with the new and with the old. Right. They stamped it because they told me to send everything. So what it did, it was able to link me up with you. It was, because that was your paperwork. That's why I said, if I'm going to come down and talk any type of negotiation, brother, I got to show you your handwriting. And you put it right at the crime scene. He's filing the same federal that he's trying to do here. You can't. Because I never filed medical. Right. Which this is the first time you see me. Your time frame would not allow it. When you say 2, it means 1. Because I've been making the call. They're not playing. It's just very hard to get to you because you're the top dog. So when they get on the phone, they telling you, we say 1 year. That court documents, because it says mandate. And I went to the Supreme Court. Right. Now, when you get the arbitrator in, that's right under discriminate, bro. That's called retaliation. You getting cops. He's getting cops on me, dude. Come on. And then I go to the employer. She's writing a fraudulent letter. Because that didn't come from me. That's why it's called fill in the blank resign letter. But she didn't look at the damn resign, the letter, the name carefully. I just said, but they teamed up on me. That's why the letter said, I resign. But the medical documents backed me up. Because they made the calls to the doctor.
You said Shoemaker is your attorney?
No. Well, Mr. Shoemaker was, he wanted me to come in on it. He would have took the case. I'm on disability. And I'm already rocked. My pills is like $800. Right. So it was either my measure or me snapping. I did it the American way. But he was able to show me, and we made out a little deal. When I get on, brother, holler at your boy. Because that was the best incriminating evidence that I need. I couldn't afford no lawyer. But he came in on it when he saw me lose my mind. He said, baby, you need to take it easy because you're going to hurt someone because I'm a grown man. Now, when I come in your department, you have to remember one thing. I know what's making my anger snap because I've been rejected, but you don't give no mental person and say, these are yours. No, they're not because I didn't do it. Now, if I gave them to you, then my man, I shouldn't be up in here. That came to me. Right. See, so my brain is not altering that. I'm not down here to rake you. I'm down here to save you. And when I'm saying save you, none of the retaliation on the nut thing. I'm not putting you down with this. I'm not doing it. I don't have no business going down to my Uncle B. You're not going to see this black dude on TV. Yeah, they did me wrong because you did. Right. I'm a man of stature. It just shows that when I talk to you over the phone, dude, you open me up. You was not dirty. Everybody said, listen here, retard. I got called retard. One white person said, you dumb nigga. Okay, homeboy. You better thank God that you're on the other phone. And I know why it hurts because it's a hurt feeling when you get a mental person to come back and say the joke's on you. It is. Because it looks bad for the company, it looks bad for the corporation, and it looks bad for the CEOs, and God knows it looks bad for them. And the last thing Obama wants is me airing this on the news. Because it's going to hit him because you didn't get one agency, you got 3. 2 federals and a state. Lewis, Barry, and you. And I'm not coming down there and making you sweat no more. Be a man. Give me something. Make me be free. And these are all yours, brother. And you'll never see me again because it's not a blackmail thing. It's just time for you to sit down. Hold on. It's time for you to sit down and make some calls. Bubba, Rufus, Shaka Khan, upstairs. Now, what type of protocol you're doing? Who's putting in the paperwork right? Did you have a fight with your wife? Did you do this? That's solid, baby. You can look at it. There you go. I broke every nook and cranny. So you couldn't say, Mr. Simmons, you're lying. No, it's there. It's there. But I'm not doing that. This is going to give me the 3-4 million because they would have stamped it. They didn't come in on it all the way, but they made him fall. They knew Spencer knew better. They'll come to a senator knowing they passed ADA. 2, if you're going to say court papers, you need to give us a docket number. Carl did. Then you said he filed downtown with you years ago. You was a liar, May 3rd, 9 months. Now, come on. That's enough to rock Washington. Under the United States defamation law means liability of defamation because you're slandering my name. Under a mental status. And then the doctor's in on it because he's ready to bring charges against Saul because he sees I'm ready to snap. They just pulled me in the emergency room. That's why they asked me, do you feel like you're going to kill somebody? No, I'm getting ready to see Mr. Powell. He's the only one that kept it real. You sure? That's why I had to carry that down there because any flag, I can go down to Bellevue. This is why I brought my constituent. He's with me because he didn't want me bugging. So I know when I feel that mode, I run to the nearest ward, and they'll sedate me and keep me there. But I knew I had to come and see you as a man. This ain't supposed to set you back. This ain't supposed to be like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do. You gotta handle it. You gotta be like, you gotta man up, because there's no way in the world I'm backing off. It ain't no closing 55 because I got the stamp from Holder. He didn't come in there because of the Fast and Furious, because they was gonna impeach him for what he did. Okay, but they pulled away. Mrs. Barron ain't coming in on it because Obama got a couple more weeks before they go to that booth. And the last thing they want me to do is be out there with those papers. I'm not going to do my black president wrong. I'm not doing that Kunta Kinte house Negro talk. I'm a mental person, dude. And I'm proud to be one because it shows I don't have to be gun clapping and putting 40 rounds up in somebody, because that's not my style. It hurt it, dude. You got to understand.
No,
it tore it, dude. It tore me.
No doubt about
so
that.
When you come down here, I came down here right. You got your rights. Kid, you did your thing. You need to work for my department. I'll sweep your floors, brother. But give me a chance. Don't make me feel that I'm coming in and raking you. You have to understand that was plotted, brother. See, if you did a little more homework, I'm not going to put you at the crime scene. Lewis is heavy because he took up psychology. I did the background on him, and he opened up my brain. So when he saw the medical document, he said, that's a retard. That Title VII money is going to me. Now, whoever got cut under the table, Ricardo Jones already pulled me in. He did give me the reports about the Steelers, but he gave me a little more. And how I was going to do it, I was going to link it up with them. Now, when you holding 6 names, that's too heavy. Nobody don't want that. They say take what you want, but you got to cash that in because it's primal time. This is around election time. Romney gets a hold of this. Oh, he's shooting everybody down because Romney don't like Bomber and Bomber don't like Romney. They doing the taxes, he's getting them on the job. So what's the job when the EEOC is corrupt? You can't do 2 masters. You can't have Mr. Obama going to family tradition and you got EEOCs doing dirty things. They did a mental person. That's why I wasn't tolerating, because I'm not incompetent. It hurts when they fake. You don't give a man fake papers under the USC. That's 10 years in prison. It's like me making a call to the feds. Oh, I got a hit for you. I got 3 agencies. What? Boom, boom, boom. Click, 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 click. That'll be the written investigation out. There's no in the world you're walking. You don't walk if you thought you can walk, because you know better. I did homework on you, and you've been around a little too long to be playing this. And when you get it from them, oh, you know what time it is. They said the black advance appalled people, so they're not playing. They are a coalition crew. And that's all your evidence. You want to look at that because you can see it. It puts you right at the crime scene. We don't do decision. We do its conduct. The lawyer stamps it. My medical stamps it. That's coming from the medical people from New York. See? So it's there. Then you pull in Mr. Moot. He did violate picking up the phone. You can get the employer under Title VII because you did retaliate. You get under the Wagner law because you cannot interfere with the union. I never had my case. 2, she's supposed to keep my medical documents in the file. Yeah, separate. She didn't do that. But if she did, she wouldn't have wrote that resign letter. See, there was 2 cases. Mine. Only mine. She saw me getting her boy. She said, that was never heard. The medicals went out the window. When you give medical, you give them good faith. It came back in bad faith. So the psychiatrists are not playing. And when you come to psychiatrists, they will rip you up because they know when you deal with mental, you're dealing with something totally different, dude. My brain alters a different thought every day, homeboy. And that's real talk. That's why I dragged him down here. Because it took a man and my caliber, as well as my constituent, to come down here and see me on it. I brought you the books. I brought you everything. No, so it doesn't. It don't put me on blast. I'm not doing that 1 point, but make me a believer. And it's only right because I know what the Title VII gives out, and I know it all gives out. I want it to all go away. Right. See, this is supposed to all go away because if this hits the news, homeboy, you're done. Because I never in my life in history get 2 federal and a state agency with mental. That looks bad. That looks bad. Because it's under what the Congress passed. And they don't want to get pulled in on that. Because then somebody's going to get fired. And then the feds will come in there and you're going to go to jail. And then they're going to pull all your files. Okay. They did the call. Oh my God, they did it to somebody else. I'm not playing it crazy, but I'm in pain. I'm not raking you. I'm not doing 10.10.
No, I understand.
Make me a believer. Tax free, I sign off, I'm free. That's what it does. It makes me say that I fought the good fight without the gun clap. Without stalking you. See, I'm not going to follow you, dude. I'm from downtown. My hometown is right across the street from you, so everybody knows me. But I'm not doing it. I'm a saved man. I've grown up. I'll show you. I don't know. So let you know that I'm not a hypocrite. There you go. I sowed the seed. Okay? So I'm a true believer in Christ. That's what I do. Oh, okay. I sow the seed. See, so I'm not out here giving you Jasper talk. I'm in pain. But I will let you know I come in peace. You have the primal face. They are what they are, and these are the last ones you want to play with. Right there. They on the line right now. Okay? They on the line. And I can feel the tension with you, bro. It ain't me. No, it's not. Okay? But I want you to know you're not like Lewis. That's the one I want. It's not tension. Because Lewis did something dirty.
Like I said, if we did something wrong,
you can see it, and you don't have to keep saying we. You gotta fess it. It happened because everything that you're seeing is matching up with the lawsuit. The lawsuit saved me. Right. When they closed it, you closed that. But if the lawsuit said ADA, then there's the door, Kunta. How dare you come here and play Charlie Manson? I'll make the call right now. We'll bag and gag you now. It never was ADA. Right. We just went in unfair representation. How I got them was to come away from the old and get them under my mentor. That's the law. You have to have an impairment, life activity person who has history. That's me, baby, 14.
No, there's no question that
so once you do that, and that becomes fraudulent money, you don't go to the American people with that because you figured one agency, 3 did it. New York, Philly, and here. Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. You can read it all you want. Your boy typed that in. Right, it didn't come from me. See, because what he did, he kept it real. Just made it this.
So you're saying it should have been?
Of course. Which right. Amen. Right. All right. Because the proof is there. That's the only way you can convict him. I couldn't convict him on nothing else because the time frame would not allow me. Right. See, the union was closed in 2009, so I couldn't get him. I could only get him through this.
But I think to tell you the truth, we might not have been able to go.
Yes, you can. I did my homework. Against who? An arbitrator?
No.
Against who?
No. Against this National Academy.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I did my homework with them. Okay, again, here it is. Hold on. Thank you, God. I did the homework. You find out where I go with that. I have to take that. I'm usually going to say because a lot of people did say the same thing, but I'm going to tell you what they represent. Here you go. Okay, which one is it? Okay, that's for the mental thing. This is from the EEOC rules. Here it is, yeah. EEOC rules that violate my rights. You can use the government agency to fight discrimination. If you sign an arbitration agreement and your employer discriminated against you, you can still complain to the government agency. Yeah, you can do it. They know it.
That's the EEOC rules.
Right, but you came in on it. See, you came in on it. It doesn't vindicate you.
No, it's not a matter. It's not a matter of vindication.
Right. See, because it's still discriminating. Your work on discriminating. Now, if he wasn't at the crime scene, you didn't have to worry about it. He didn't have no business being there. See, you can't come away from something that never been taken. See, you messed up when you did that. Now, if you would have just did your job, then I might work with you. But the damage is done. The paper's already been released. Right. Senators already saw it. So the only reason I'm still alive is because I'm getting calls. They let me do this. Holder gave me his number. Tillman is backing me up. So they're not going to deal with me. They're going to deal with you. And they'll come down here and shut you down. And I'm not putting you on blast. I want them, I'm doing it to let y'all know I'm not retarded, dude. Right. That's why I'm doing this on my own. He's just here to make sure I don't lose my mind. And they told me to make sure I leave you that copy. So when I'm feeling that way, I'm like, it's time, dude, because I'm not doing it no more. See, you're looking at, can the union do it? Can you do it? He's an arbitrator. There you go. That's the immunity. I'm going to give it to you because I pulled it out. Here we go. That's for the arbitrator. See? Martin violated under the Code of Professional Responsibility, which, where's that paper at? Put some right here. Yeah, see? The responsibility of the amended. Now, any charge of complaint, which I made, alleging violations of any these policies states shall be referred to the Committee on Professional Receiving Grievances. That's them. So now you turn it over. The academy is that all arbitrator, including employment. That's what he was. He was an arbitrator that does employment. Right. He was at the crime scene.
And so basically they took this and then they said they didn't find any evidence of misconduct.
And he got caught. Right. See? So now he got caught. So he's going to wish that he wasn't at the crime scene because he wasn't supposed to be there. The case wasn't never about the employer. She knew him. So for her to pull it off, she had to write a resign letter to get her behind down there. Carl Moot never showed. So if he doesn't show, where's my defense to me? How can you say fair representation if he's not there? But he denies talking to the doctor. You come back with the primal face. You get a lawyer, you come back. Now you link that under Title VII because Congress passed that where arbitrators are coming in now. But they want to make sure it's an employee agreement. That's either do you want to have it with the employer or do you want to have it in a courtroom, which is judicial. See, so I did right. It was a payoff. That's what it was. That was enough to get you 700-800 grand plus the cops, retaliation, bias, race. Oh, I blew up the whole table. Then to get caught and then have y'all come down there, that's double jeopardy. You're talking about a number that's out of this world. Because this is enough to shut down Washington. And this is not a copy talk. This is a man talk. Because it took a man with my status, with this sickness that I have to live with for the rest of my life to look at that. So, it is what it is. And I just think that you being a fair man, it's all yours. You just got to complain. You got to go down. Because see, I'm tongue-tied because this is the American way. As long as Eric holding them and stamping, and they stamping it, you just don't want them coming down. You don't want the call from the general calling you upstairs because they already have it. See, all the senators is having. That's how you get these. It's called a relief form. So what they did was they knew it was dirty, but we're going to give you tips. And they gave me tips. You, Spencer, and that Barry. So once I saw the lawsuit, you didn't come in on a lawsuit. Barry and Lewis, so those are your parents. The parents, we was only to nip you because none of y'all filed the April 7th. You got April 7th, the review board had April 7th, and Spencer had it, tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. So when you put your docket number, you put it at the old case. Lewis said, termination. Barry said the same. Tic-tac-toe, they all got the same MO. Same track record, same MO, it's over now. The jig's up. Here's your evidence, you give me a number, tax-free rent, and you never see me again, because that's the American way. Because this is not, you don't take this and dump it into the streets. I had to see you because of your status. It doesn't make you no smaller because I didn't come down to make you small. I want to let you know about the mental. You have to understand there are too many people running up in the building like that crap that happened on 34th Street. See, I'm not doing it. I felt good because you was the only real dude that says, come on down. Because I didn't want to come. I told you. I thought you was going to set me up and have police up there. That's why I brought him down here with me. Okay, but that's what I felt. So I got one of those together. I took it to prayer, and I'm agree. It ate me up, dude, because you can still see the way it fed me. It's on my head. It's really in me, dude, because I have the wife. My marriage was on the line because she thinks I'm going to flip out in the crib. The kids are nervous. Okay, I got an infant running around there. So the police, right there, that's why I brought him. They checked the house 3 times. Out of the week, they had the house 3 times. Just ask my wife, is he all right? How's he acting? So when the kids don't listen, I do get a little, I want to start. It's not right. My wife do not need to be scared of me when she been in my life. She works too. My kids are graduating. So I come from an educated background. Okay, I'm not a jailbird. They already ran me through. I'm not a felon. I'm not a misdemeanor. But I got caught with the bottle and my bipolar and putting my hands through windows. Okay, but I met the Charlie Manson and I met Ted Bundy. Okay, I'm a man that had to face it. Y'all scarred the hell out of me, and it's time to pay the rent. And it's not no black talk. I'm not going to even talk because I'm still baffled by it. Seriously, the only reason I'm controlling it, like I said, I do love the Lord. I am a born again, and I'm not into that rock and roll talk. I'm not. God didn't call me to get on the news. Yeah, take it. You can burn it, but that got to be paid, dude. Because I don't need no lawyer. A lawyer say, okay, I got this. No, you don't get it. It took a man. I came in as a retard. I'm walking out of here free. And I need your stamping on it. And that's it. I'm not taking you down nowhere. I'm not connecting you with Spencer. But if you know, he dirty. Because there's no way in the world unless, and I can't put you at that crime scene, but you got a beautiful, beautiful attitude, dude. I took heat to you from day one. Don't get me wrong. So I'll give you a lot of props, brother, to walk up in there with me like that on this type of range, this angle, because it is. It took a man to come all the way from Allentown, Pennsylvania down there, and he drove me down there. Got him dressed up, that's my constituent. He's young, but you can see he got class, so he's not down here on no Kilimanjaro. I didn't come with the thugs from 118th Street and bumping them. But I wanted to be comfortable, to let you know Jim Jupiter's still here. So it ain't nothing else. You have the primer. This is anything that you want to look, you can look at these. I ain't got nothing to hide. I can show you what's going on. It's just letting you know that they knew what the EEOC did. Patty Murray wrote down on it. She said it wasn't federal, but it is. Fraudulent papers are. They don't want to get in. Anything that you've seen, they didn't want to get in, but they gave me what I needed. Got my name and credibility. And you hit that damn news, you'll sink everybody. Eric Holden said back off. That's what I loved about him, because he just came off the Fast and Furious. So he's not taking EEOC's garbage. They know they stealing. See? Mrs. Barron works for Obama. She's the 14th chairwoman. So Obama don't need Rami with all this information. And you mental? It doesn't look right. There you go. You can look at it. Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. They didn't sink it the way they did. I'm going to tell you who helped me out was Casey and Dan. Because they asked them. See, they went on behalf. Everybody else had to play the dumb game. Because senators ain't rolling on senators. And ain't nobody getting caught up in that primal. But it's there. It's there. He's caught. He lied about the years. You see that. And court documents don't say academy. It says the damn union. That's defamation of character. So you can look at it. I ain't got nothing to hide. Those are all the people I told you. Anything you want to see is all there. I know what I was doing. Because I was getting ready to get 4 more. I was trying to break a record. Retard man gets 10 senators. Right. But it was paying off. Because I got 6. I don't give a damn what they say. That's credibility. Right. Under ADA. And I know how to work it, dude. I'd rather work it than to play Charlie. Because I'm not sitting in the courtroom for bodies. But that's not the American way. This is the American way. Because it shows that mental people don't have to get the gap, bro. Right. We don't have to be stalking your door and meeting you outside and telling your wife why he's doing it. Well, you know what? We made a mistake. And that's 16 months. Because she didn't pick up the phone anytime. I said, Carl, holla. We're going to rewind the tape. You almost in 2 years. You tore tissues out of my brain, dude. It did. Because they had me in the hospital for it. They was asking me questions, but that's your proof. See? And it wasn't you that hurt me. It was Lewis because he lied. Right. See, now when you got that, that's credibility. So it's like this. I want to walk out of there happy. I want to go back home to my wife, and it stays between me and you. This ain't nothing shaking. You don't pull your tie. You say, Mr. Simmons, you did your job. You came with the primal face. I ain't know you was loaded. You did your homework. I know about the immunity. He's caught. You got the doctor. You got the black movement going on. You got the police involved, the retaliation. You can't do me dirty, dude. You don't close the door on Kunta. You set me free. Because I came in peace. There's another way of getting it. I'm not doing you. Lewis, he did me dirty because he started it with Ricardo Jones. I called his wife, and I do know where he lived at. I know where he lived at, and I'm not going to be knocking on his door because it ain't going to happen. Right. I had to see you because you came in on it first, and it ended with Lewis. He's the mastermind. So when you got 3 states under 18 USC, that's a knockoff, dude. You can look at it. I know what you're doing. I didn't type that, brother. That came from your boss. No, they took their time, but they didn't. That's some foul play right there. And then they even talk about anything that you see on the line, they'll let me know what EEOC was doing. If you was truthful, I had it. The lawyer pulls it in. Right. Your medical pulls it in. So you're walking with a smoking ace, the Title VII, the retaliation. A judge won't want to touch that. A judge is not touching none of this because it's too close to the primal race. Not when you got 6 senators. It's not because they came in my behalf. They did come in my behalf. They wanted to see, was he going to be honest? Now, you think they're going to come back in? They say, Carl, exhausted. No, I got what I needed. United States Senator. And you got that. Right. Your medicals are matching. The lawyer will save you. The medical will save you. These will save you. See? They didn't want to come in on it. They gave me what I needed. I told, even the holder, just don't snap. Oh, I got your word. Now, I can't guarantee it. But I can go the distance. That's why she said, make sure you get the copy. So it ain't me going bipolar. I feel like I'm going to kill myself. You're not going to get me. You're not going to send on his squad to my door to have them incarcerate me or put me in a mental ward, because that's where I will go for fraud. But the same thing is, it's 3, 2 federal in 1 state. That doesn't look good on the 69 News or no news. I can see if the papers are authentic. See, authentic means that you did protocol. Look, he puts it in there, dude. He puts it in April 7th. But you got the union. And Spencer got the union. And Barry got the union. Because you all said the same. Can't. It's not ADA. If you could have threw the A in there and just hooked it up, then hey, you didn't do it. And I'm not putting you on it. It ain't nothing for you to do. But the hell, you need to have me walk out there and believe it. I guarantee you, I'm getting ready to get a shot of moonshine to the ripple. I'm going to get ready to do it dance, brother, because I need that, dude. You make it, you make me feel, and I give you my word to 1,000 Bibles. You can take it all, dude. I will sign anything you want and it'll stay here. You can take it, you go home. You can't sugarcoat it. It's solid. They already got it. So they ain't like that. I'm worried about it. Eric knows about it. Let me be honest with you. Eric knows about it. Barron knows about it. Ricardo Jones helped me out. That's why I was able to get a hold of y'all. Spencer came in on it, but I got information from his wife. Everybody's starting to crack now because they don't play with this. Mental, they don't want to play with it. Nobody wants anybody running to their door with no type of weapons.
Right.
And when you got senators involved, they don't want to come in. See, that came from them. And they did. It's just the bottom line. That was your ticket in. So you gave me a charge number, but you didn't investigate it. See, you gave me a respondent, but you didn't give me no name. You can't do that. You don't go after no damn lawyer. He didn't represent me. He represented the Burks. See, he did the employer. I'm doing the supervisor.
Remember when we talked on the phone?
Right.
And I was telling you about the areas of jurisdiction.
Let me tell you what you did wrong. I got that. Right. That already been scanned. See, what you're giving me, you should have did. Listen, I'm going to tell you where you should have did it. The day I was down here calling Yo Jack, bro. I knew it was saying that when you gave me my court documents. You messed up when you got this clown involved. Because I wasn't supposed to get a right to sue letter. It wasn't supposed to be him. It was supposed to be Sackman. MR.Carl Sackman, not the arbitrator lawyer. But he did me a favor when you look at it because he makes it one-sided story. He hit the employer.
Right.
We're doing the supervisor. That's new. Out with the old, in with the new. The April 7th with the new. That's all it is. It's nothing else, bro. Okay. It ain't the hook. It ain't the paperwork.
So what you're saying, you would like to see a case filed against the academy?
No, it ain't so much. It ain't so much the academy. You have to take whatever's done. You either come in on agreement or settlement or something because you can't. They're not allowing you to get back at them. The academy's not playing with you because whoever did dirt cashed in. I'm not saying you.
What kind of agreement?
A settlement. I gotta get to paying yourself in violation. ADA. You did it. I know the law, dude. It's either you want to go to jail for 10 years imprisonment because it'll run concurrently because it's state and fed. You come in on it, you give me the deal, I sign off tax-free. I'm not killing you. I'm saving you because it's going to blow open. I'm not walking out here crippled. I'm walking out here free.
I see.
You can't go back at them because they're not having it. Because whatever Lewis did, look at me. He's not. You're not in the lawsuit. I'm going to give you a little something. This stays here if you want. Lewis, let me tell you what he's doing. Lewis was taking the papers from the mental people and anyone else and going to the employees because, thank you, everything is him. I got the names of the people who's getting payoffs. See, it shows you what they were doing. So if I filed a Title VII and it's worth $700,000, he'll break off. So the employee says, instead of giving me the 7, give us 4. We'll reroute it and tell me he ain't got nothing. Right. The money's being broken off, so I can't put you on the payoff cut. But I have to put you at the crime scene with the fraudulent papers. That's just the bottom line, because it ties you in on it. And I'm not going to put that against you and say that you're stealing from the government. But your man is not walking a thin line, because I was able not to get his name on the lawsuit. I was able to get him what he does do. He takes up psychology for one reason. This. Can you look at it? He'll eat up all up in your brain. So instead of getting the authentic, you got the bogus ones. So you can't go back because 7 ain't having it because you got too much on him. He doesn't want you to come. But if you come in on that, you got to go to the Nassau County cops. The police are already involved. See, so you can't unshake something that you should have did from decades ago. They're going to come out with every damn cock with every law firm on y'all. Well, it wasn't our fault. Under code, they're going to say time frame on y'all, but they're not going to know they fake. See, unless I make the call and be like, listen, guys, they want to come at you. Good looking out, Carl. We'll throw you something for Christmas. Because they're going to think a time frame. They're going to come at you with a time frame, but they don't know they fake. See, time frame, you got them. Fake, they got you. Because they're not going to pay you no mind. If he say they fake and we see they are, then you messed up. You should have just did your job. Coulda, shoulda, woulda ain't happening. See, that's all it is. It doesn't have you look no other way. I'm sorry who did that, but I'm a man of stature. If I'm walking around here with 3D brains, half of a brain, God is good. I had to fight this fight because they did me dirty, not you, not Spencer. That's why I said, how dare you? I had the primal face. You don't rearrange my life and then give me something fake. But when I did the homework and I got in touch with Eric's department, they put me on. They said, no, this is what they did. And little bits and pieces, people started feeding me. And I started taking first, last name. Mrs. Barron came in on it. Okay, now you're dealing with heavy hitters. But when the Secret Service came out, they said they did you dirty. We just want to make sure you're not trying to kill the president and you're not trying to hurt you and your family. But they did you dirty. And we're going to come in on it. They didn't come in, they gave me names. that's right. There we go. Thank you. There we go. These are the names they gave me. There we go. Move on. You don't put that all yours together. I had to put that together. Just letting you know I'm doing my homework. That's easy. Okay, this is who I got. Okay, Michael R. Bloomberg, the man. Patricia. You know Patricia Gatling, the commissioner?
City commissioner.
Right. Okay. I made the hit. You ever heard of that Title 18 of the Administrative Code of the City of New York? Under the Civil Rights, it says the Title 8 of the Administrative Code of the City of New York, Civil Rights. I was able to get in. Okay, I live downtown, boy. They'll blow this wide open. Because now you're dealing with fraudulent. So I'm going to rewind it.
So you filed a complaint?
No, that's problem. I made the call and let them know what's going on. They said, homeboy, you calm down. That which you have has enough to rock New York 1,000 times. But you're dealing with the voting right now. Do you really want to hurt these people? No. But I got to go see Mr. Powell. Then you're going to handle that, honey, and try to put that camera on home. It's too big for that. But I'm going to show you what you needed to see. Here we... Okay, little Spencer, see? I'm on to him. That's where he lives at Echo Road. So I'm just letting you know. He has to understand he did me dirty. So we're going to just flip some more pages. And here we go. That's my bipolar disorder. I have to know what type of man I'm just dealing with. And here we go. Okay, here we go. We got the vice chair, Christine Baker, Grant Counsel, Jamie Lee, Peggy Menstrin, Carlton Hayden, the Disability Thomas Chandler. I called up all of them. Director for Congressional Affairs. They put me on federal labor law. Everybody knows about it. That's why I was able to blow those phones up as well as going down to the federal mediator. I did a lot. I did a lot of calling. So they let me know what was going on. See, this is the problem right here too. Right. So I did my homework. If I'm going to come in and talk about any type of deal, it's over. You just got to make me a believer. And that's just the bottom line. You just got to say, okay, we'll give you something good, and that's mandatory. Because it ain't nothing else I'm taking. It ain't I'm not going nowhere else with it. I'm not putting your job on the line because it ain't me to chuckle you. It was the crew that did that. It just shows that mental people are not incompetent. That's the whole bottom line. I did it the American way. I'm not doing nothing else. We not jumping around. We came like businessmen. But it set me free. He just makes sure I'm okay. But the doctor want to make sure that you won't be okay. Because they can't contain me but so long in that mental ward. And they know that. That's why they said, are you going to be all right? And they put it in warnings. Because my mind is altering a different thought because it's been too long. You stopped me from getting somebody that did me dirty in 1999. It took me 12 years to get them dudes, dude. And they wrote out fake papers, too. And then y'all do it. Come on, man. That's a bang, bang, bang. That's real, dude.
I in terms of any settlements, I know that, obviously there's nothing that we can do about that.
You got to take it to the board because this doesn't go in the garbage. Okay, I'm going to let you know right now. It's not going in the garbage. It can't be rerouted. You have to go to the top dog because it's something that came from y'all. See, I'm not going out of here no other way but a happy man. See, so I'm not cracking the big number. It's going to be nice, but it ain't going to be no 1. Okay, it won't be 2. It'll be down. But be fair. These are fake. Let it go away, but don't get it twisted about any it ain't. It is because it came from you. That's the American way. Evidence gets you paid. No evidence, we don't play around with you. I didn't get 2 states. I got 3. 2 feds and a state. That doesn't look good with the news because that's the next place, bro. And I already got hold of them beating me down. They watching me because they don't know where I'm going with my mental. This is all on camera, dude. I already got people watching me. I had people come down. They watching me. They know that I'm in your office. That's why I pulled out the police car. They expect me back home at a certain time. So they're clocking me. But everybody saw it. Commonwealth people saw it. They didn't take it. They said that's payoff. I don't give a damn what anybody tell you. That's payoff. Because the papers are fraudulent or we're going to go to the feds that are in Allentown. We'll pick up your case. I don't need nobody cuffing you because you can't blow smoke. It's 10 years or not. Spencer's getting it too. He just hiding behind Mrs. Barron, but they got rid of Stewart. He's next. And Barry's next. Those are all the little house Negroes. That's you. Them. So a money deal is the deal because you can't do nothing else. Because they not buying it. The arbitrator ain't buying it. Unless they find out they fraudulent, and then they're going to give me a little money. So they don't care. They don't want to go to jail for this retaliation with the police. You got police involved. You talking about my life, dude. You're talking about them coming after me for something that a white dude did to me. and I'm got in tribal face. It's not being cocky because you got too much evidence, Carl, so I can't talk that talk to you.
Right.
See, I'm not looking for 1 point. I'm not raking you, dude. I'm not doing 3 points. Make me happy. Let me get the kids some school clothes. Let me and my kids have some dinner. Let me fix my bills in my house. That's what this is about. I don't want 1.5 because I know if I dated media, I can get that 3, 4, 5. I'm not doing it. I ain't got time to hurt mama. It just shows that when we're dealing with mental, do right by your people. Do right by the people that make the complaints so then it doesn't make you dirty. Because it's not about you can't do it. You got to do it. Because pressure's on you, not on me. Because when it hits the fan, they'll be bagging and gagging you. Because that's how they're going to do it. You can't tell a retard, hey, you can't. You're going to do it. Now, you just say, what's your number? I'll give you something that you can't refuse.
Right.
I'll give you your number. Can I give you your number?
You can say whatever. Okay. We don't have any authority to do
No, you know why you don't have the authority? I'm going to tell you why you don't have authority. Because you're going to take the fraudulent papers and you're going to show them the dirt you did. That's what you want to do. You're going to show them everything. And then they're going to look at you. How dare you? I mean, like, are y'all crazy? Whoever's older than you going to say it's crazy because they don't need it. There's no such thing of closing the doors on somebody and tell them we can't do nothing. Oh, yes, you can. The American ones say you can because they came from you. You ever heard of blind justice? Lady justice? Don't put that around your eyes, bro, because this ain't happening. The 14th Amendment's not binding. It came from you. You signed off on it. Just make sure you know what you're doing when you sign off things. You didn't know I was loaded. So when I come to the negotiation table, that's what it is. The jig's up. It ain't no backwards. It ain't a front way. It's not a sideways. You're talking about my livelihood, dude. Now, if you didn't want to do it, you shouldn't have done it. I'm not in the hot seat. You are because you got too much to lose right now because I hold the primal. However you do it, you won't walk around here but so long with that type of evidence because I already know who I'm paying it to. I'm already in motion. They just told me to see what he do. Right. Now, when I pull it back, then you got Mighty Dog of them coming down. Under Article 13, Chapter 18 USC, you are here locked up under Freddie Law Statute. You don't need all that. For what? See, don't play hot shot when it ain't that type of party. You came down with the evidence, Carl, and fair is fair. You just got to talk to your boys up top and say, listen, it's too much going on. It's not even the talk. It's like this. We wrong. And I got to pay him. We got to pay him. That's what a man does. You don't trouble the boss. You don't shoot dice on the table. We got to pay him. Because he's loaded. And that's it. Ain't nobody taking on no trip. I didn't ride down the Graceland down here for that. Because I knew what I had to do in order to make any type of number happen. And it is. There's no rubbing. You got a lot. I can let that go away, let that go away. I want to take all that. And then I can learn from it. Okay, he did the senator thing. He did protocol. He did protocol. We did him dirty. That's what's pulling my character tonight because I follow protocol. I didn't come in and clap nothing on no table. Right. I'm not sitting outside the job saying, okay, there he is. Let me stalk him. I ain't got time for that, dude. I was told from up north, which is Washington, D.C., I was told from Tillman as well as Holder that I got the word to pursue the matter. But if you feel you want to tilt, you holler at your boy and check into the nearest hospital. And we'll get into it because the only thing it's called intentionally. Intentionally means, no, you got the primal face. And the first thing that all directors are told is say two things. It's closed and the time frame. Right. They said, no, that only happens when the paper's authentic. Right. And they not. So.
Okay. So you said you had a number. Tell me the number.
Okay. Okay. And I'm going to keep it real because I've been the best blessing in the world. I think, honestly, 11 years, the pain and suffering, still alive, fought the good fight. I say 600,000 tax-free. And you can't beat that. I'm going to tell you why. ADA pays 8, and I did my homework on that. When the papers are legit. These are not. These are not legit at all. Two feds, one state. Senators, ADA, color, bias. My medical's been violated. Because as long as you possess my medical, the papers are no good. So you read my business, dude. You read my business.
You didn't provide us with medical.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
When you came to
yes, I did. Yeah, come here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. No. There it is. Yeah, I did. He did it. There he is. Where's he at? Where you at? Here it is. He typed it in. Where you at?
No, but I'm saying, did you provide medical?
Of course I did. Why do you think? Listen.
No,
listen.
Medical documentation.
Yes, there it is. Yeah, everything that is coming from the medical. I gave you medical documents. That's why he typed it in.
So they went into the
file.
You
damn right they did. The whole Dream Team did that. They never found it. They never did it. Look at it. Right. April 7th. You see the blood and urine samples?
And you provided that when you came to file.
When I came to your building on May 3rd? You talking about May 3rd?
When you came, no, when you came in to do the filing.
May 3rd.
That was May 3rd?
Stay right here.
Okay.
There you go.
And you provided medical documentation.
There you go.
What I'm saying is, you may have made the allegations.
No, it's no allegations.
Did you provide some of these medical records?
There you go. Look at
Okay.
Boom. How you think I got them?
Mm-hmm.
Look,
so
they read it. Your people's had to read it. Your intake people read this. It's only good if your papers are good.
Right.
It goes hand in hand.
Right.
But if they dirty, then you violated me.
Mm-hmm.
If the papers are fraudulent, which they are, you went into my business. Confidentiality is only given in good faith if you're going to produce the work back in good faith. You did it in bad faith. That's just the bottom line. Okay?
So you handed in some of these documents.
Your man did it, bro.
No, you handed them. I'm saying, but
of course,
went into the case. Went into the case.
Listen to me. I'm gonna say it right now, slow to speak. I'm gonna say it one time. You sitting over there. This is the stuff. This is your man. Call move. Now stay right there.
Okay.
Hold on. Check this one out. There we go. There he is. Call move. Supervisor. If he leaves, he will lose his job. There it is. He will lose his job. We even. That's my proof. Right. He took the note from the medical. Boom. You're fraudulent, dude. Because they can only be legit if he did it in good faith. Papers in bad faith. So the medical is violated. You see it. Call move. Lose his job. Lose his job. That's what he did. He flipped it. And as he went along, he cleaned house. Somebody threw a whistle from the boy Louis Lou and picked it off. Because Hicksville throws it all off. That's why you got it. See, but when you ask me, did you do it? It's right there in your face. See? And he did the arbitrator. The arbitrator says no blood in urine sample. We said, yeah. So when you cut the big fish head off, the little fish falls.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, so you're saying that you want the state to pay you.
Right. And the Fed, you can bring them in. You can call them in. You don't want no qualms with them. I know you don't.
No, bottom line is that the state wouldn't have any authority.
Okay, that's it from you.
Do anything.
Okay, I'm going to deal with it. I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
I deal with it, but that's what I want.
All right.
And you can't beat that.
No, I will let.
Okay. Real talk. You want to keep that?
Let the powers that be.
You want to keep those?
No, these are your documents.
Okay.
Now,
Tax free.
I will let the powers that be know.
Right.
What it is that you
want. And you have to be a man. I would like may I have a little piece of paper from you?
A piece of paper.
Now, that's not going in on my constitution.
The people.
Just something stating that this is what I brought to the table, and this is what you're going to bring back. That's for my being.
Oh,
that's going to make you go home and smile to save my marriage. So my wife don't think I'm out there losing my mind. Okay, just saying this. And don't get mad. Look, and God I love, dude.
Listen, man.
I didn't want this.
There's nothing for me to get mad about. If I did something wrong, bottom line is I'll suffer whatever consequence that's due to me. Whether it's in law or you understand what I'm saying?
Amen. Okay.
All right. I don't look. I'm not. Look, that's the reason why I met with you. Okay. I'm not running away from nothing. If we made a mistake, I sat here and I told you. Bottom line, if we made a mistake, I apologize. It may not help.
Right.
It may not make you feel better. But the bottom line is,
Amen.
as a man, I will say if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Okay.
And bottom line is that as far as what you're seeking from the agency is.
Oh, they'll come in on it. They'll come in on it.
You know that bottom. I can't.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you go to them and you saw it, they gotta see this. That's your copy, and you got to let them see this, and that'll this will set the stage for it. It is what it is. That's yours, bro. They'll deal with the rest. And they not getting caught up with no damn Lewis.
Okay, so let me...
You have an extra copy, You have an extra copy, right?
Yeah, buddy. Right. I got that. Thank you.
You sure?
Yeah, here it is. I got one for you. This wasn't the one I wanted you to get. Okay. And I'd just like you to type that up.
You need me to make a copy of this.
No, that's on you. I brought that perfect for you, but I want to give you the one that I wanted you to have. Okay? And here it is right here. This is the one that you see. See? You don't see deals with the bipolar disorder. That's why I got it. Bam, puts me right at the crime scene. That's it. Bipolar disorder. The man has it. Okay?
So you want a letter?
Yes. Just stating out what we agreed on, and this is what you're going to take to your constituent for the minus $600,000 tax free. And you have my number. That's it. And you can't beat that.
No problem. I'll be right back. No problem. Listen.
Come on.
Hold tight.
All right, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Copies of those. You got copies? Get copies.